I'm sorry if the title of this video upsets some people, but that's how I see it. This is now the death of the Firstborn Space Marine. Games Workshop have just come out with a brand new article that are basically taking a whole chunk of the Firstborn range and literally chucking it in the bin. That's the way I see it. And some of the words they use in this article are, oh, there's too much of the Space Marine range, we want to trim this down and stuff. It's absolute nonsense. Absolute 100% nonsense with some of the stuff that GW have been releasing, which we'll get into when we jump in and read this article. But for me, this is a sad day. It really is a sad day as a Space Marine fan, because a Space Marine to me is a Space Marine. Yes, I've mostly got Primaris in my cabinet, and that is simply down to the fact that is GW's investing into that range. I'm not going to put my money into a range that GW doesn't care about, especially with the cost of these ranges these days when it comes to play Warhammer 40,000. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's look at that article. Let's go through all and let's see everything that is basically being chucked out. So the article is over on the Warhammer community website. Again, it's over here if you want to read it along with me. I'm going to read some of the key points and talk about some of those key points. But the title right away says, Space Marine range update, bikes, land speeders, and more as zooming off into the sunset and stuff like this. The Space Marine range is already huge. So to make room for glorious new miniatures, we're letting some of the longest serving kits depart from the range as well-earned retirement. Now, I get that. The Space Marine range is massive, but again, I'm going to get onto this in a second, about most of these kits are going to be replaced with new kits, but in the Primaris fashion. And I personally think if you wanted to keep the Space Marine range as it is, just remake these kits, because it's mostly just going to be going into, like, Primaris. This is what I keep saying. This is the death of the Firstborn. GW just want to replace everything with Primaris. That's the way I personally see it. Now, if we keep scrolling down all the way down to the bottom, you can actually see the stuff that is literally just getting phased out. So the attack bike, a bike squad, scout on a bike, the land speeders. I said a couple of months back that land speeders and dreadnoughts will be getting phased out, and I received a ton of mean comments saying, shut up, Valrak, you absolute idiot. And I told you this stuff was coming. So the land speeder, the land speeder storm with the scouts, the stalker hunter, which for me is a massive surprise. The Ironclad Dreadnought, one of the most legendary dreadnoughts there's ever been. The Assault Squad, the Company Command, the Scouts with sniper rifles, Librarian, Tech Marine with servitors, and the Thunderfire Cannon. Some absolutely iconic Space Marine kits, literally just, well, I keep saying it, just put into the bin. Now, let me just say right now, this is Rumorat coming out. I know there is brand new Scouts coming out. I know that for a fact. They're apparently going to be in the brand new Kill Team box set. They're going to be fighting Eldar. So literally, the Scouts are going to be replaced. I'm not sure if it's going to be Firstborn Scouts. Is it going to be kind of like a neophyte thing now going forward into the future, like what the Black Templars have with their Scout companies? Literally no idea at this point. But Scouts can be equipped with, of course, Scouts with like bolters like that, and Scouts with sniper rifles. I am hearing in the Kill Team box set that only one Scout has a sniper rifle because it's a part of that Kill Team box set. Hopefully, when that comes out separately, then you can have a full box set of Scout snipers. Stuff like the Thunderfire Cannon, absolutely devastated by this. I was actually hoping to get some of this for my Imperial Fist Force. There's probably no point now, right? Because it's being phased out. I've heard nothing about new models for this. Hopefully, we do get new models for this. The Tech Marine with servitors, basically the Primaris stuff has replaced that. The Librarian, the Primaris stuff has replaced that. The Command, the Company Command. We don't really have a Company Command squad. Yes, we have some like a Blade Champion and stuff for the Primaris. We have some Banner Bearers, but nothing as badass as what the Company Command was. This is what I mean. Like, GW should literally be replacing these models instead of just phasing them out. Maybe they will replace them one day, but, you know, the way it is right now, a lot of people, myself included, are just seeing these being, again, I keep saying it, slung in the bin. The Assault Squad, I definitely know that there's brand new jump packs coming again for the Primaris range. If I'm not mistaken, they're called Jump Assault Intercessors. So that hints at me that they're going to be battle line, and they're going to be coming out with a Jump Assault Captain. These are some of the reveals that should be shown off within the coming weeks by Games Workshop before that codex is fully out. The Ironclad Dreadnought, we've got how many Dreadnoughts have we got now for the Primaris range? I think we've got 3 of them. We've got the Brutalis, we've got the new Las Cannon one, sorry, name escapes me, and we've got the old school, I say old school, the first one that ever came out, the Redemptor Dreadnought as well. Stalker Hunter, again, this was a big surprise for me. We don't really have an artillery unit for the Space Marines. You could probably argue the Desolation Marines are a big unit for, well, I say a big unit. They're an artillery unit for the Primaris, but it's not a vehicle or anything like that. Speeders, we've got like, what's it, the Thunderstruck and stuff like that. All these speeders to replace, I guess, these iconic speeders. But the thing about these ones, these are so, like, again, they're so iconic, they're so amazing. Like the Land Speeder Storm, I just love it. I absolutely love it. The reason why I didn't have one of these is simply down to I was waiting for GW to remake it in a more HD model and stuff like that, because when you compare it to the other stuff on the tabletop, it just looks out of place. So sadly, that won't happen, or won't happen yet. Maybe again in a couple of years we'll get that. The Scout Bike Squad gone, and like I said, Bike Squad. We've only just got like the main, the Primaris bikers, and that's it. And they're and they're not even like we don't even have a captain for them or anything like that, or an apothecary, or I don't know, just all the cool stuff back in the day. I'm sure this is going to probably affect like Raven Guard players and stuff like that, right? People who really use bikes. I just want to go back to this comment over here. Sorry if I'm waffling on. The Space Marine range is huge, so they're making room for some glorious miniatures. This always, right? This always confuses me when I see GW say, well, the Space Marine range is so big, so we have to cut it back. And then they release the stuff they release. So instead of having like a tactical squad with like, a Devastator, some Devastators in there now, what we're literally having now is squads dedicated to certain things. So we've got like a Flamer squad. We've got like a Melter squad. We've got like a Plasma squad and stuff like that. So instead of like condensing it down, you Games Workshop are literally expanding the range more and more. Like, you're the one who's making it huge, not us, right? And then the audacity to come out and say, well, the Space Marine range is huge, we need to get rid of a few things. Yes, because you've made it huge. That's why, with the way that you've reorganized the Space Marines and reorganized how everything works in the Space Marine range. But that's that. There it is. Some of the old school stuff. I don't think there's really much more for me to say on this matter. But it is a sad day. It really is. I don't know. It's kind of like stuff from your childhood that you grew up with, that that you used to play with and stuff like that, literally going away, and maybe we'll never ever see it. Never ever get it back again. Yeah, sad days, sad times. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback on this. Any comments on it? Do you think GW will be replacing most of these kits on there? Like I said, the Jump Assault, the Scouts are definitely happening, but into what context, we don't really know. Right, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. See ya, have a great day, and bye-bye.